Hey everybody, I'm Tara, and these are some videos for monxstar. He sent me 4 replays. We're going to cover one at a time. We're going to break them down as we go, tell him the problems that I see with them, kind of just go through it with him, see what we can come up with. Now, I don't know how to pause replays, so I'm going to see if I can... Oh, well, I can just do that. Okay, so first off, as a Kuja player, I can tell you that Snatch Shot is a terrible idea in this matchup, and you should not be running it. You should be running Burst Energy, Strike Energy, and Snatch Blow in most matchups, actually. That 4 Symphony was kinda awkward, but it worked out for you.
Well now, watch this. Well now. How's that? Well now, watch this. Well now.
Speaking from experience, you don't have Snatch Blow to catch his dodges, and you don't have Burst Energy to give you that up-down range. So this matchup already seems really bad for you. I mean, he can't... I don't know if he can block the mines. I'm pretty sure he can't. So that might have been a good call against this matchup just because Shield Bash. But I would have at least taken Snatch Blow or Burst Energy here to give you some room to punish him if you're Halo camping him. Or if he's trying to build assist in the air, which he shouldn't be in the first place, you could Snatch Shot him out of dodges.
There. Well now. How's that? Well now. Well now. I'll bring this to an end. Well now. How's that? Well now. There. Well now. Watch this.
It's just a win.
Alright, so I saw 2 things I want to touch base on here. First off, never get close to your enemy in Snatch Shot. You're asking to get punished. Anybody who knows what their dash key is going to punish you. Number 2, you should be running Aerith Assist on Kuja. You should really learn those combos. They're really easy to do. They're way more efficient than the Sephiroth combos. And you get EX, which Kuja struggles to obtain except through his Aerith combos. So what I'm noticing here, you're using a lot of attacks for no real reason. Especially when you're close to the enemy and behind on assist, especially against somebody with side by side. Do not spam attacks with no rhyme or reason. There is something I call the art of nothing. Sometimes in an engagement, it's better to do nothing and get away than do something, because sometimes you'll get punished. This was one of those instances. You're facing a heavy punish-based character. He already got a good hit on you with Lord of Arms. Now he's rope knifing you. You're going to lose more than half your HP right away.
How's that? Let me help. How's that?
I know this is a stage-based thing, but you should have stayed behind the wall.
How's that? Well now. Watch this. Well now. In unison. Well now. There. Well now. Well now. Watch this. Well now. How's that? Well now. How's that? Well now. Watch this. Well now. How's that? Well now.
I think it's just time to mention this. You're getting rocked by an aerial Furion. You know the reason you're getting rocked by an aerial Furion? No burst energy and no snatch blow. With burst energy, you build assist insanely fast and you don't actually have it, so you can't build that assist, but also it would have given you tremendous up and down movement to counter a lot of what he's doing. You just use Snatch Blow up close again.
Well now. In unison. Watch this. Well now. How's that? Well now. There, there. Well now. How's that? How's that? Well now. How's that? Watch this. Well now. How's that? Well now. In unison. Well now. Let me help.
Two things to note about that last set of the clip so far. These mines are getting you nowhere. You need to switch them out for something. They're just not doing anything for you, even in this matchup. They weren't doing anything for you except 3 times they landed and did something for you, and you didn't capitalize. When you've got the assist lead, when you've got 2 bars of assist and they have 1 or none, always call the assist on a wall rush. Locking them is fine, and you can protect your assist fairly well, especially if you've got Snatch Blow. Snatch Blow. So, in this situation, you don't have Snatch Blow, but you've got the Minefield, so you're getting 300, 400 damage for an assist lock. Not that bad. Thirdly, you are too cautious. You're dodging after every single attack, which, if you're building assist, is fine. If you're trying to keep pressure at a range, it's okay. But when he used Straight Arrow, you knew for 1 second already he's got Straight Arrow out, and then you dodged right after your cooldown. When you could have, rather than dodged, just waited out the Straight Arrow and then dodged when you knew the timer was up. It's got a set timer. You're always in control when they're using Straight Arrow unless you're scared.
Well now. Watch it. That wasn't bad at all. How's that? Well now. How's that? Well now. How's that? Well now. Watch.
Alright. So in closing, you were too aggressive with a fairly defensive character. You didn't have the right move set for the matchup. You got way too aggressive with your snatch shots, getting really close, getting roped knifed out of a few of them. Your strike blows were poorly spaced and you didn't land any of them. And you were just too scared of everything Furion was doing. You lost to an Air Furion because you were terrified of an Air Furion. And you did not have the right moveset to deal with the Air Furion. So let's check out the next match now. Golbez with Ject Assist? I don't know if that's standard for Golbez players. I would say probably Aerith or Kuja. Maybe Sephiroth? I'm feeling Sephiroth you could probably combo with his Cosmic Ray. I don't know for sure though. Yuna with Piggy Stick. Otherwise, fairly normal high depletion build. Alright, props for using the right Golbez costume.
Let us start. Let us start.
I would have dashed into Glare-Hand there. Glare-Hand is amazing. Interesting Night Glow. Shouldn't have hit. You got blocked because you're too predictable with your stuff. Would have gone for the HP there, but good hit. Good Night Glow. Definitely a good Night Glow. I'm remembering why Ject is considered decent there. Very solid so far, but some things... That was a great block. Some things could still be improved. Your first Night Glow was odd. Great punish. That move is very safe. Good punish again. This unit really seems like they don't know. No idea what they're supposed to do versus Golbez. And honestly, your Golbez is looking a lot better than your Kuja was. I wouldn't use that move to build assist. It seems a little slow. I would use his other two air moves. In fact, I forgot that was a move. I would use that and the other one. But I would mostly stay on the ground. Bad assist call. That tells me you're not quite used to it. It almost worked out for you. You got the punish on the assist lock at least. Dash forward Night Glow was interesting, but he couldn't punish. Really, he needed to use something else to punish that. You're still really dodgy. You should have been like shifting out of those a lot more. You got a lot of EX from this game. You've been doing really well. Honestly, you shouldn't have sent me this. There's not a lot I can criticize you on. I'm giving you a lot of compliments here. Just like try to do what you've been doing that I've been complimenting. But beyond that, don't dash into shit like that. In fact, don't dash into people as Golbez. Golbez is a very range-heavy character. You don't need to dash at people. He's not super aggressive. See, look at that glare hand range. Like, you see how annoying that is if they whiff something? Blocking has been working out for you this entire game. But when you're that low on Brave, sometimes it's safer not to take the block and just to dodge. Especially when that kind of stuff happens, you got hit by an HP and broken. That was never going to work. You're just lucky you didn't get punished by it. Unit would have had more assists. She could have punished you. You got the meter. You should have burned the meter as soon as that glare hand hit. I would have burned the meter as soon as that hit. It would have ended. Don't know why you're trying to style on him, bro. You could have finished it right there. EX Revenge. What is... Use your meter. Don't attack right after you get hit. You went from impressing me to depressing me in like under 5 seconds. 5 times you could have ended this match, but you decided not to. I don't know why, and you keep doing that. You're lucky she didn't just wait. You would have lost. Barely caught that glare hand. She barely caught these hands. You're dashing at her again. Blocked. The blocks were working for you when she was dashing and throwing out the Valvors, but now that she's not, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt on the spot. EX. Use your meter. It's not there to be held onto. It's there to be used to help you win the game. This is 3 times now. Use your meter. That was so sloppy. You had it great, but it seems like you don't know what to do with your meter, and it seems like you get a little too impatient, a little too ahead of yourself. You need to not be too ahead of yourself. You need to be more patient and just generally calmer. Alright, replay 3. Golbez versus Prish. This is probably a terrible matchup, to be honest.
Alrighty, now we see who's the best.
Flare right off the bat. Good Cosmic Ray. Caught her bullshit. But you're being aggressive again. You got hit. You shouldn't have been even attacking. You should have been waiting. Being aggressive with that Nyclo. You cannot be aggressive with that Nyclo. She went for some bullshit. It didn't work. Good hit. Now, if I were you, I would be going for some good awareness there, I guess. If I were you, though, I'd be going for some longer combos off of that Ject Assist. I wouldn't be going straight for the Nyclos and Glare Hands. What you can do is extended combo with the ball and the pull or whatever off of an assist and get a Genesis Rock combo. It's really cool looking and not that hard to pull off with some practice. You should look up, there was a video for Casual Town with End in it that did it well. I didn't catch why you got hit there, I was explaining too much. Don't let your assist drain. You're letting your assist drain. You can't let your assist drain. The art of nothing does not extend to not building assist. She should have kept it going. She would have hit you. You really can't punish Prish on dodge.
Let us start. Activate. Shatter.
You're really using that, and you really don't need to be all that much. You don't have to use an attack every time you dodge. This is something new habits get into a lot, but you do not have to do that. You do not. It is okay. You can let it hold. You don't have to use an attack every 2 seconds. The block button is your friend against Prish if she is spamming Rapid Fist. Good hit. Called her bullshit. Called your bullshit. What you doing in the air? You ain't wearing your Air Jordans right now. Get back on the ground, boy. That backhand blow, though? You seem to get hits that you don't expect to get. Always be ready for the hits. Alright, for once that worked out for you. Actually, I think that's the second time. You should really practice, you should practice, your, range for the pillar, because it's a lot better on that follow-up. It does more damage. That shouldn't have hit. Oh, bad follow-up, but he assisted out poorly. Alright, you got that meter again. Let's see if you use it right. Not fast enough. Alright, so one more hit is the end of this round. As long as you don't get ahead of yourself. If you land... Alright, switch. Alright, that's the end of this round. Alright. Very sloppy. I think I covered most of the problems. You're too ahead of yourself. You use buttons a lot. You hit buttons all the time. You don't need to hit buttons all the time. It's dangerous to hit buttons all the time. Don't hit buttons all the time. Okay? We got it? Alright. Don't hit buttons all the time. Half of the times you got hit in that match, you didn't have to hit a button. But you hit a button. So stop hitting buttons. Sometimes it's better just to do nothing. Another Golbez versus Prish. Let's see how it goes. better stage for Golbez in my opinion, but Lunar is pretty good for him. That was an awkward glare hand. I don't blame you for not landing the follow-up on that one. Now that's one where I would have only dodged once, waited, and followed up with the melee version of one of your hits. Remember, he's got 2 hitboxes for all of these. Getting ahead of yourself. You don't need to be dashing at Prish. Prish has to come to you to get her damage. You have to just play it safe. You've got the range game.
Let us start.
Not to mention the assist game right now.
Let us start.
If you're going to make anything happen, make it happen off of those pillars and off those glare hands. You don't need to dash. It's the glory of Golbez. Also Nyclo. This is the glory of Aerith. Good assist out. Smart assist out. Good catch.
Let us start. Let us start.
You should probably just take the HP hit there. I feel like against someone like Prish, who can break you in one combo. Good catch. Lock back on. That would have been primarily the best range for your other one. That almost connected, but not quite. Calling is bullshit, but you're using the Brave follow-ups, and that's just weird to me. If this were DFF, I'd understand. Not sure what you were doing there. This is gonna hurt a lot. Actually, she should have just gone for it. That would have been something like 8,000 damage. This game's getting real scary if you get hit. This game is now very scary if you get hit. Now this game is even more scary. I would just EX revenge you so hard if I were her. I would just walk right into it. You're throwing it out. There it is. Well. See, that resets the meter game. So it's not necessarily bad, but you keep throwing out Nyclos like they're gonna catch something, but they ain't catching shit, boy. Nobody catching these hands. Nobody is catching these hands. You caught those hands, though. Never be giving people free EX or free assist like that. If she wasn't crazy, she would have been done. That's it, though. That right there is it. No, it's not. You lost this match. I'm sorry. I don't care if you win this match. You lost this match. Any player of a top level of play would have just gone for the HP follow-up and trapped you. You lost this match.
Let us start.
This match was over before you even got there, boy. I don't see this match ending well for you, though. That's the problem. At this point, no. See, this is it. This is it, unless she screws up again. No, this is it. You lose. You got too aggressive. You played too you played jumpy. You didn't play cautious. You played jumpy. Oh, she's dashing in. Better use Nyclo. Oh, she dodged it. I'll try that the next time still. You tried things that didn't work for you. You got too jumpy. You used things that weren't working for you. You had poor spacing. You never blocked a single Rapid Fist. I don't think in either of those games. There were issues in those games that you could have fixed. So, when you listen to these videos, what I want you to go over is you need to work on how you play. You are jumpy as hell. You dodge too much, and you need to work on that. When you're playing someone like Prish and they're faking you out with dashes, you need to stop using Nightglow all the time, because that means they read your shit and they're like, I can just punish him because I know he's going to Nightglow every time I dash towards him. So you got read really hard and you didn't adapt. You really don't know your like distance on your pillar and you need to learn it. There's some other things like you could have done. Like you could have used Sector Ray a few times instead of Nightglow and got punishes, because you could have read them and been like, they're reading me, I'm going to read them. They're going to dodge as soon as they dash towards me. I'm going to use Sector Ray and catch them. But you didn't. You didn't read your opponent. You went on autopilot and you kept using Nightglow because that's what Golbez does. But it's not really what Golbez does. It's only what some Golbezes do. If you watch like a top end player like End, who really is the last great Golbez right now, you will see some things he does that you don't touch at all. You don't use the same aerials, and it just isn't working for you. Anyways, I hope this helped, and I hope we can help you some more in the future, but you really got to work on those things before we can really get you anywhere. It's just basic shit, man. You've got an understanding of your character. You did okay with them. You kind of knew what you were doing. You knew what you could use and when to use it. But you got to practice certain things. You got to practice your basics. Really get down to the nitty gritty and figure out when to dodge, when not to dodge, when to attack, when to just stop, when to slow down, when to speed up. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't go, I have this win if I just land the HP. Because the minute you say, if I just land an HP, you get ahead of yourself and you are going to lose that match. If you go, if I just land this HP, then I win because he dies. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, yes, literally, it works like that. But when you get ahead of yourself and you start fishing for HPs, you become hilariously predictable. It's like when I play new players, my favorite thing to do is on Unite is fish for the sword shower kill, because it extends the match, because they know he's on the ground, he's up to something. They know I'm going to use a ground move, and there's only one I can use that's going to really work here, and they know to stay away from me, but I still get it every time. Because they don't stay away from me. They don't go for the block, and they still use shit like Straight Arrow that I can punish. They still use shit like Sector Ray that I can punish. It's about how you approach it. I like to fish for those, but against LXD, RDF wheels, if I have the win under lock, I am never going to fish for that. I am just going to play it out nice and simple, go and wait for that punish, get the multi-hit and kill him. I ain't even gonna fuck with Thunder, because I know I only use Thunder when I have the assist lead. And if I'm about to win, I better have the assist lead, but I better not leave it up to a spell that can be blocked. So, in short, you get too far ahead of yourself, don't do that. I'm telling you why now. Just don't do it. You lose. You always lose. And don't spam Nightglow. Now, I know it's like, yeah, I can block anything and I can punish anything with Nightglow, but you can't. Because you can't block a dodge, and you can't dodge punish with Nightglow. I mean, literally you can, but figuratively, like, in practice, you're not going to be able to dodge punish with Nightglow unless, like, you're a god who can say he's going to dodge right now. It just doesn't happen. Just don't spam Nightglow. Don't spam Sector Ray. Use more Genesis Rock. Like, if you're in the air and you're not using Genesis Rock, you should probably be using Genesis Rock. At least fish for it once in a while. Genesis Rock is one of those moves that's really easy to forget because it does one thing really well, but when you land it, it's like, holy crap, that just hit me. Use it more, but don't use it too much. You're using it about as much as you use your pillar, which you should also be using a bit more, especially in combos, because it does more damage than Glare Hand. Practice your follow-ups. Definitely practice your follow-ups. Other than that, I really don't have anything else for you. So, that's it. I hope this helped. It certainly was fun to make. I haven't done more than one replay at a time, I don't think. So yeah.